This is the recipe that I'm going to use for the butterflake rolls today. It's a bit different than what's in the cookbook, but use the same procedure. Alright, this is 2 pounds and 4 ounces of water. That's about 4 ounces over a quart. And I heated this water up to about 90 degrees. Normally we would use room temperature, but we don't have a proof box, so that's the reason I heated it up. This was 3 1/4 ounces of butter and 1/4 pint of eggs, which is about 2 large eggs. Two pounds and 13 ounces of bread flour. One pound and 3 ounces of cake flour, soft flour, one 1/4 ounces of dry yeast. I'm going to stir this yeast in with the flour. Six 1/2 ounces of sugar. Granulated sugar. Three 1/4 ounces of milk powder. One 1/4 ounces of salt. Put this on the mixer. I'm going to use the dough hook. And mix it in slow speed. About 10 or 15 minutes. 10 minutes maybe. We'll see. Okay, this has been mixed a couple minutes and I'm going to turn it on second speed. Okay, this has been mixing for about 12, 13 minutes, so I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna take it on the bench and let it sit for about 10 minutes before I start working it out. Alright, this dough's been sitting for about 15 minutes, and now I'm going to roll the butter in. And try to roll it into a sort of a rectangle shape. That's about a ½ inch thick, 3/4 in some places. Let's sweep this flour off. Okay, I'm going to roll in 12 3/4 ounces of butter, unsalted butter. We're going to put it on 2/3 of the dough. Then we're going to trifold. This is what gives it the flakes. I'm going to let this set for another 10 minutes before I work it up again. I'm going to do this 2 more times. Okay. Alright, this dough has been setting for about 10 minutes, so I'm going to roll it up again. Close to a triangle. Tri-fold it again. Now, I'm going to do this one more time, 3 times total, and then they'll be ready to put into the pan. Okay, I finished rolling this dough up 3 times. So now we're going to put it in the pan. I may add here that you can use margarine instead of butter in these rolls, and it works pretty good. But not the margarine that comes in the plastic tubs. It's got too much water in it. You want to try to find the 1 pound Elgin solids. I think I saw some at Grant's. Okay, this is about 1 inch thick. pick up the slack. I'm going to cut these about 1.5 inches wide. I grease these pans with Pam. Seems to work pretty good. And this is about 1.75 inches or 2 inches, and I'm cutting these. You want to make sure that you put the split side up. While I'm cutting these, I relate a little story. The original recipe for these rolls came from a bakery in Logan, West Virginia that my dad worked at in 1946. New Era Bakery. And the irony of this, New Era was in competition with the City Bakery, which was owned by Terry Carter's mother-in-law's family, the ladies. Make sure the split side is up, one of them. Okay, we're going to let these proof now till they come just above, just barely above the edge of the pan, and then they'll be ready to bake. Okay, these rolls look like they're about ready to bake now. They've been proofing for a little over an hour in the kitchen. So we're going to bake them at 400 degrees, probably about 10 or 12 minutes. I'll let you know when they're finished, how long it took to bake them. Alright, here's the finished product on these rolls. They baked at 400 degrees for about 12 minutes. Ready to eat?